Fighting out of the red corner with trainer Roger Mayweather, wearing black, officially weighing 151 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 42 fights, 42 victories, including 26 knockouts, with 7 world titles in 5 divisions. Tonight, he challenges for number 8. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, former junior lightweight, world champion, former lightweight, world champion, former super lightweight, world champion, 3-time welterweight world champion, and former super welterweight champion of the world, Lord Money.
It's to you.
This is facts right there.
Kev Gills, I got you on me. Yeah, man. Welcome to the U, have a seat. The only professor applying pressure when he teach. Big cloud in these YouTube streets. I cheat like Wiz Khalif. Call it in if you gon' speak. Press 1 when you checking in. I got the merch, cop a coffee, a kush shirt. Support the brand if you support the man. With the spirit of Steve Coakley, they can't hold me. Back them down and fade away on them like a COVID. Only straight shooter on this computer. Who else you know gon' bring it to your real truther? Hallelujah. More haters, more moderators. Get yourself timed out for making outlandish statements. Yeah, ain't no playing. Bungalow 54 is where you go with the herd. I got no patience, either for God or you love Satan. It's reclassification on the entertainment. It's to you. Everybody wanna have a school. It's for you. Care less what a hater say you do. It's for you. Press 1 if you support. If you don't, press 2. It's to you. There's nothing over here but the living truth. Press 1, press 1, press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1, press 1, press 1.
That's my nigga right there.
Press 1,
Nigga
press
said shit.
1. Press 1, press 1, press 1, press 1.
Try to tell him.
Everybody wanna have a school, but it's for you.
Akhenaten University,
Care less what a hater say you do.
Nick Cannon University,
Press 1 if you support, if you don't, press 2.
Brother Polite University,
Teach nothing over here but the living truth. It's for you. Press 1, press 1.
Jabari University,
Press 1. Press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1. Press 1,
press 1, press 1.
Press 1, press 1.
All of them are Hamites. Right, what? That's only on Kev Row could you prove that they all Hamites according to the word of God. Press 1. I don't want to see him. Press 1. I don't want to see another Hamite out here talking nothing. The Eagle of Edom exposed. The Vagrancy Act of 1866. The Freedman Bureau. The Battle of Gillespie, Chicago, the Illinois, Gillespie, Illinois. Route 66, I may add. Press 1. I told y'all we was going to line these Buffalo soldiers up just right. Press 1. They trying to act like the dove descended on them and shit, but it was an eagle. Press 1. Busty. Busted. I know, Taj. I know. He looked familiar, don't he, Taj? You sent me some beautiful, 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 beautiful information this morning. And before I get started in my information, and my man B from Texas killing it out there, doing some real research once again. Yeah, it's not hard to be a student at Cavro. All you got to do is become Cavro. Don't be afraid to speak, have your voice heard, or none of that. You know, especially if you're trying to hang out with me. Don't be on no what's up, Kev, trying to get my attention, and you don't go to my unit. What you doing here? I don't know him. I don't know nobody who is not, bruh. It take a lot to stay consistent on YouTube and build my personal audience up. Press 1, and to prove these points, I've been doing this for years. And Lobo been sitting back there watching from the background, but ain't been participating. He ain't been doing no homework. Press 1. He ain't been doing no homework at all. But he in my chat room, press one, talking, having fun with my friends who's waiting for me. So he trying to be part of the team, but he not doing no homework. Press one. James Moore want to participate in my class and put emojis everywhere like they are part of my student faculty, but they're not. So I'm not one of those who believe in chat rooms or nothing like that. No. That's what the problem is on YouTube. Too many people in chat rooms fooling around, being split-minded, confusing themselves. And then they want to call my show confused. And then get mad at me because we say no child left behind, but that's only if they can keep up. Press one. That's not my responsibility. I wake up smiling. Press one. Y'all tripping. When we do this work, it's for my students. My personal students, man. We put in a lot of work. You want to fool around, go to go to Coffee and Kush TV. Yeah, you go over there, hang out, smoke, make fun of media all day, have fun, have a blast with me. Same host, but when it come to my class, that's what you're not doing. That's the thing. That don't give me no revenue. That doesn't do anything for me. It don't charge me up. That's just easy nigga shit. I can do that and get corporate money for that. This is where people actually contribute and want to hear the truth. Hit that like button. Shout out to Deb in my Cash App. Shout out to you early this morning. That's right. So I love you, but not to the point where you invading my space. Press one. You got to do that in your community every now and then, because too many people start hanging out and you start thinking everybody's a supporter and then your friend and really want you to excel, and they really don't. They be just around. Not doing that. You do that over there in the lunch tables and shit. Press one where we all just be hanging out. Press one. You can be cool over there. James Moore, what happened here? Let me see here. But you're on here free for all phones. It's okay. Yeah, I'm not saying, yes, it is free. It's YouTube. That don't mean I have to appeal to you. Don't block them. Who is that, James Moore? That don't mean I have to appeal to you. Press one. Just because it's free don't mean I have to appeal to you. Press one. You're not a student of mine. It's all, YouTube is what it is. It's free right now. You know, I'm talking to this. That's the difference between you and somebody who's a student of mine who've watched me grow over the course of years, watch me get knocked down. So you don't have the same respect for Kev and what I do. So I'm not even talking to you, cuz. Press one. I'm not even talking to you. You don't even understand the work ethic it took for me to even be still on the internet, for you to sit there on the EBT program. Press one.
Not like this.
I'm not even talking to you, bro. You don't see nothing. You don't see nothing in nothing anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for that. Cool, sit right there in a row 54. That's where I want you. I'm not saying leave, nigga. Press one. I'm saying shout out to my supporters. That's what I'm saying. You feel me? You don't matter. If this was a dope house, you think you'd be around here? You not a factor right here. You better get on somewhere. Press one. You don't see the hard work put in for the trap. Press. You got to put it in democratic form. I know my school is EBT program and walk on campus, but what you not about to do is think you finna become a friend. He mad and says, I want the same luxury of, man, I'm at the U, bro, but I should be able to, nigga, you better go to the student lobby and fucking cry about it, get a picket and be like, man, I deserve equal rights and equal pay. Feminist nigga, I deserve to be with everybody else. And no, you come here, bro, I'm gonna give it to you, bro. I lost a lot for this info, bro. You ain't going down. You know, I want to hang out with y'all. No, oh, bro, security. I am security. There's nobody you can tell, bro. Top of the echelon. Press one. They be, they be mad. I want to be your friend too. Press one. It's free to be your friend, kid. It is free. It is free, bro. The Democratic community is so hilarious. They don't support what's real. They don't support the real. They support DJ Academics. Cuz used all up his digital points to give to DJ Academics talking about, you feel me, if little baby sucked penis or not. Press one.
Not like this.
Cuz on Twitch and on
Not
everywhere
like
else. See, you support what you support. I ain't against that. Press one. We're going to do some research and we're going to talk about that over there on Coffee and Kush TV. Stay tuned. Press one. What up, Taj? Tired of these Negroes coming to my class, wasting the first 30 minutes of my day. You know, I was a class clown in school too. That's why I give them the first 30 minutes. You got to give it to them. You got to give them attention they deserve because they never had attention. Press one. What's up, Kimberly? Shout out to my chat room. Shout out to the people who've been here all this time who truly appreciate my program. Elijah, what's up with you, champion? Lori, a contributor to this program, knucklehead. You're not a contributor, and you don't matter. Press one. You see that? Lori, press one. Shout out to Shiva. She's a contributor. Amanda, for his glory. That nigga. Press one. Who else is in there? Taj. He's in class. Shout out to my Mrs. Payton. Tasha's in the building. Who else is in here? TJ. Press one. Tiffany's in the building. Who else is in here? Anjanita Moore never got her homework, face ass. Press one. Art Jordan up in this motherfucker. What you thought this was? You think you gonna get my friends? Nigga. Is you crazy? We all, hey, Tyron Crockett, you ain't called in. But guess what, Tyron? He's not you. You contribute to the program. I know y'all. See, I told you. I'm gonna figure out who is who come to my fucking class. Where Ali at? Ali ain't been there. He know I be chewing him out because I know he better than that. He don't ever get offended. Flat nose Peter looking like. Press one, see. I know my students up in this motherfucker. Marley somewhere smoking some weed. Nigga, we just got up on the West Coast, nigga. Don't bring your attitudes over here. Bring that homework. Press one. Nelda B, another contributor to the show, bruh. Talking about it's free. You see? Todd, Todd and the family. Shout out to them. Press one. No, you tripping. Lori putting Christmas trees and shit in my shit. I don't agree with that stuff, but there she is. You feel me? That's different from the other person putting emojis and shit. You know? Oh, yeah, we got favoritism here. It's like JetBlue. We got class. We got first class. Press one. Nigga coach. You know what I'm saying? Niggas who want to fly emergency exit, slip out every now and then. But yeah, this ain't spirit. You people got so much to say. Press one. This ain't spirit. I don't know what airline you think you're used to, ma'am. Press one. You've been on an EBT program for quite some time. Press one. Tired of this shit. Thinking this shit is a game. I come to work like this. Yes, this is my J-O-B. Because in America, you got to have a job to live here. Fucking immigrants. Press one. Turns out we got fascists in our community. Press one. Close the doors and lock them. Saddam Hussein time. Press one. Turns out we got black fascists. Go to the 1828 dictionary, and it's going to tell you what a fascist is. And we just don't want to get abused in YouTube, so we just going to say black Nazis and fascists, because you have to go to the dictionary to understand our code, our Illuminati code of talking. We got our own code. Go take your ass to the dictionary. Press what? So you can understand what all this means. Where do I belong? Where do I begin? It turns out everybody ain't black. Our foundational black Americans, that's them, Tyreek Nasheed and them on the left-hand side. Press one. Tyreek Nasheed and them is on the left-hand side. Press one. On the far right, excuse me. Depending on where you at. This shit is computer fucking me thinking, making me think a lot. Press one. Shit. Cause I'm backward and I'm fucking forward and around this bitch. Shit's scary. Being a YouTuber is weird. But we starting to see they all German, Edomites. Press one. How many of y'all thought Edomites just meant white people? Press one. Hit the like button and subscribe. Press one if you've been taught that Edomites are just Esau as a nation and Esau running rampant. Press one. How many of us, put your hands up in the classroom, how many of us really, before Mr. Gillespie got here, press one. If you thought in your brain, it may be some white people here, yeah, they had me too. What the fuck? Press one. And I want y'all to know, who taught us that the white man is Edom and Esau of the same nation, and they the devil, and this one, and they a nation of devils, and that's why they keep the black man down. Who's heard this before? And where did we hear this nonsense from? Where did we hear this nonsense from? They go from caves to the Bible in their history lessons. The Hebrew Israelites, who I like to call the Pharisees of the black community. The Pharisees. Press one. Hit the like button. The Hebrew Israelite, Edomite, African nation of Kabbalah magic. It's time to come on out like the Moors. Press one. And you're going to find out that every French, Jamaican, island boy, press one. Oh, stand up right there. Listen to me, highly favored. Listen to me. Jabari, all of them. All of them are red coats. What that mean is they fought for the Red Army. If this was the revolution, they will be the Confederates. All of them. You know how they said black people was with them? That was them niggas. Yes. Wake up. It's the first of the month. Press one. Yep. Marcus Garvey and the first black gay liberation movement. Press one. It was them along with the Frenchmen. It was them who came over here and playing this back and forth racism game, confusing every part of our laws and stuff. This is true. Edom is a nation, just like America is a nation. And they are one. For sure. It's different when you don't have no proof, you see. But we've been saying this for quite some time. And now, who is this? Is this B? We get the Battle of Verdun and all of the black towns that was usurped in 1898 was in association with Edom. That's what the Friendship Pact was between the, at the time, Moroccan false government and the American new corporation emerging together as Edom. So they grew up with us in the womb, all of them. Germans grew up with us. They got German towns all over America. Press one. That's what it mean by like having a baby in the womb and they grew up together, but they was different nations. That's them together. They different from us, for sure. But it's giving you in that story the birth of a nation. Is the union between two nations from one womb. The Matrix. Mother, boom. That's what y'all on. Bro. There it is. The woman is God, remember? The false matrix. Then turns out that's the whole transhuman, anti-woman thought process. Turns out they're all lovers of themselves. They don't even like women. The YP community, there you go. The LGBT YP community. The original one. Do what thou wilt. Liberty to do what thou wilt. At liberty to live how you want. Praise any God that you want. Well, you got to be antichrist to believe that. That's why it's all antichrist. Anti-heirship, anti-natural blood right to the anti-trust law, anti-everything. That's them. And they formed a synthetic form of religious concepts and allegorical concepts in time immemorial and made a spiritual belief system for all y'all to believe in. That's not true Christianity. That Catholicism it was a false sense of spiritual nothingness to convince themselves and to blind themselves from the truth. They just genocided millions of African American, well, Victorians and black people who were put into bondage. They just exiled them and executed them. Raided all their towns, stole all their gold, took everything from them, switched places. Didn't work for anything. And now they just living here in freedom land in a daydream, not knowing why things are going the way that they're going. How could carnival wanderers become kings and queens and dukes of heirs of any damn thing on this land when it's not to be alienated by foreigners? Everybody getting a check but you, because everybody living off of you. They just want to cry reparations. The black outcry for reparations is no different than the Asian outcry for reparations, no different than the Holocaust cry for reparations. And all of it happened to you and is yours. Anyway, they have no say in the argument, and y'all paying attention to the wrong people. They ain't even got to say in the argument. Only thing they can say is they black and they proud, and that's right. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Okay? So we're going to take a look at these battles / riots / internment, enslavement camps that came from the criminality from these things and got you locked in a false sense of reality. See what we got here. So I told somebody to call in. I'm not sure if they know, but Angelina Moore and whoever else that was, I told. Because before we get into our study, I got to know what y'all on. Also, we was getting to the Olympics, and they needed a black body for a black face to win the white race for this operation. To win in the World's Fair, like I told you with Jesse Owens, became what? The Olympics? What you think they were doing there? Olympic Games. That's where those salutes came from. This is why it was important for y'all to pay attention yesterday. Where the fellas at? I need to know if you here. I need to know that. You're not finna pretend no further than this. We talking about the 1904 St. Louis World's Fairs, all of the World's Fairs. And how did they become more military unit than anything? Everywhere in America, this World Fair was going on, was the Nazi salute. All this was going on. You don't see that? Y'all stuck in their story and their make believe. Oh yeah, it was World Fairs where the black people was. Oh, they were slaves at this time. They were still in Africa and something. If you ask, y'all just let people make up things because you're not focused. You're not thinking for yourself. You want to be taught how to think about entertainment over reality. You thought you wanted a revelation until everything is revealed, and you like, what? I come from, yeah, you come from over there. None of y'all entitled to reparations, but the former Victorians, who was the original colonists right here just a couple hundred years ago. We've already proven they put all the music in the music trust of 19 what? Okay, that was what Weinstein, Epstein, and them. Never mind. We don't talk about that. So what a day. So I can get started? No, you're not calling in, Anjanita. You're not gonna give me. Okay, I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They switch places with us. Not only are the characters and the president's characters, but your black leaders have been foreigners and from this grand red army. Ain't none of them American. Ain't none of them truly you. That's why they fought. They both fight from the perspective of what? They both fight from the perspective of what? You an African monkey from West Africa who was captured and brought here on ships. You ain't been nothing else but that. So they fight from that position, and you agree with them because you're black. Coffee and Kush TV, Cairo University on the air. What up?
Peace, Captain Styles. Good morning to you, sir.
What up, champ?
Got a little bit of homework to present.
What up?
Hey, and doing a little bit of research on the UNIA and the roots of Marcus Garvey and where they got their philosophy and theology from. I came across something called the African Blood Brotherhood for African Liberation and Redemption.
Hold up. See, people don't know that he was involved in a redemption fund, remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me go here. It's called the ABB.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me go there. Make sure it's all good. All right. Go ahead, champ. And what about it?
It was a black liberation organization established in 1919 in New York City by journalist Cyril Briggs. The group was established as a propaganda organization built on the model of the secret society.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, the fraternal orders, the 501c18.
There it is. They came by way of fraternal order. Go ahead.
Indeed, we talking about the Moors. We talking about the Odd Fellows, one and the same.
Yes.
That's why they got that handshake.
That's why they all shared not only the guarding of these specific secrets that will put them to shame. Go ahead.
There you go. The group's socialist orientation caught the attention of the fledgling American communist movement, and the ABB evolved into the propaganda arm of the Communist Party of America.
It started in immigrants from British West Indies. Those are the Caribbeans. Yep, the Caribbean region and all that.
Most definitely.
Go ahead.
Most definitely. All right. So, and before we get there, during the second decade of the 20th century, the socialist movement for the liberations of American blacks began to develop in the Harlem section in New York City.
Yes.
Right where all of those guys on 125th Street.
Yes, Sinetta family. And where they from? The Islands and Tamika Mallory. All these people, Mesa, all these people are from different places. Go ahead.
Yeah, the movement included a substantial number of immigrants from the British West Indies and other islands in the Caribbean region who have been raised and educated as a part of a racial majority population in their homelands. They have found themselves thrust in a position of an oppressed racial minority in America as products of unequal system of colonialism. So basically, they didn't like the way that the ruling order of they didn't like rule and order, so they needed to be liberated from that. They needed to break the chains, essentially, is what they're saying.
Of course.
So they could do as thou wilt instead of following God.
Haiti has a crazy story, right? This is the crazy story is the Haiti Revolution was against who? France? No, they was in collusion with France to overthrow you. They was offered sovereignty and U.S. Virgin Islands statehood, citizenship. They're together.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Crafty council. That's that crafty council.
Aren't they the ones that dress like Indians? Don't they hold these
Indeed.
big old carnival dresses? We don't do that. That's them.
At all.
Foreigners. And then you go back to Africa. That's where they do that overseas. We're not even into that stuff.
Oh, I ain't never seen everybody running around with the Wakanda outfits until that point.
But guess what?
People had a couple dashikis on at one point.
But we finna find out what Wakanda really is, though. Go ahead, champion.
Trust indeed. It was something else in here that really stuck out. The fusion with the Communist Party.
Yes, sir.
The Crusaders.
This is what made them
The
communistic.
Crusaders.
That made them against themselves. See, communism is like fascism. And that once you became this and agreed to this, you became an enemy of the state. Your political affiliations are Bolshevik revolutions because they know it because it's created by the other half, the white card of this. So they know this. It's against political affiliation law. You can't be a Nazi here. Really, you a terrorist.
It's sedition. It's sedition, bro.
It's sedition. And you become an enemy of the state because you're a traitor to your own.
Yeah.
And then those who are ordered to be protectors of you, even in your weakest state, now they got you.
Indeed.
Look, they got Marcus Garvey for mail fraud. If they got Marcus Garvey for mail fraud, that means he was stealing identities too. But let's keep going, bro. Go ahead, bro. Tell me about it.
Hey, man, let me say something about that too, man. The new Marcus Garvey is what's buddy name? Umar Johnson is the new Marcus Garvey with the poor business practices and trying to get this get some momentum for this Pan-African movement and get everybody thinking, hey, everybody not from Africa. I ain't saying it ain't people from Africa.
Right.
But everybody ain't from Africa, bro. But just to go back into it, the Crusader ceased publication in February 1922. Following Garvey's indictment for mail fraud, Briggs continued to operate the Crusader news services, providing news material affiliated publications. The leadership of the Communist International was largely ignorant about the particulars of the situation of blacks in the United States, but they did understand the importance of ethnic and other non-class forms of oppressions and push the early CP to pay more attention to blacks in the U.S. For this intervention by the Comintern, the party had largely ignored blacks and thus was not particularly attractive to black radicals like Briggs. Instead, it was the Bolshevik Revolution that attracted their attention.
Wow. So they started agreeing with Bolshevik Revolution, which was nothing but the KKK on this side of the earth. How y'all agree with the Bolshevik Revolution and carry that leftist ideology when it was all Nazi party propaganda? That's why. That's where you going wrong. You became Marxist. You became a fucking Marxist, bro.
Indeed.
Go ahead.
Indeed. They're actually being controlled from Moscow. And I found that to be like, wow. I didn't realize that. Like these groups, these communist groups, or these social liberation, the black liberation groups are being controlled. And still to this day, because who are the people who push the propaganda? Who are the heads of these corporations that hold these people?
Facts.
They're from that part of the world.
Facts.
They're from Russia. They're from Georgia, Bulgaria, whatever them places is. But it all ties. I say all that to say it all ties back with the Bolshevik Revolution into the labor unions. And particularly the the IWWW, and when I'm pretty sure it was B that was speaking about that one symbol, talk about the cat like looking shocked.
Yes.
Like that's another that ties in somehow to the IWW. I came across that in my research, and I know that's like Georgism and things of that nature. But yeah, I came across a lot of characters that were placed within the community, and like I ain't got all my research done on
It's
those
okay.
ones, but
It's
I could
okay.
touch on. All right, let me back it up. Let me pull this one brother up. I ain't even gonna call him a brother. But his name is Hubert Harrison.
Yes, sir. Let me pull him up for the classroom. What about him?
All right, he was a West Indian writer. Pretty much, he was a radical internationalist based in Harlem. He was described by activist A. Philip Randolph. That's another one too, as the father of Harlem radicalism, and by historian
Now,
Joel Augustus Rogers.
Hold up. See, now we finna compare photos and shit. Now look at his physical features, and look at this black German over here. They the same damn people.
Pull it up. Yeah, they come from the same place, bro.
Yes, bro.
For certain.
Yes, bro. Go ahead, Jabir. Tell me about this guy. Tell me about it.
It's John Jackson of the American Atheists, and that's another thing. All of these people of this Black liberation, they have that all in common. They are atheists.
Black
but they
organizer
describe him
in
as
a Socialist Party of America, 1912. Those are black Nazis.
he's the Black Socrates. Yes, sir.
Bam, the new Negro, Black Pride, agnostic atheism, secularism, he got all free thought. Oh, it's over. Bro, Marcus Garvin, Richard Benjamin Moore, W.A. Domingo, William Anna, Barrows, and Cyber, all of this.
That's all them names. That's all of them people. That's all of them. He is the Socrates of those people, meaning that they learned at his feet.
This is crazy. He came over as a 17-year-old orphan. Damn. They all validate
like that.
being immigrant. They took their own little immigrant poor story and made it slavery under the king. But the king, this is where they fuck up. They outlawed human trafficking, slavery, human cargo in the mid 1700s. So y'all about 100 years off. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, some of his work, it was something in particular that jumped out at me. But it was like the A. Philip Randolph, like the connection to A. Philip Randolph and his partner, but they was calling him, those guys, relating it back to the Bolshevik revolution, they was calling him Harlem's own Lenin and what's the other guy's name? Stalin. Let me pull that back. But rather than to go all the way in, and I'm not all over organized, let me just fall back for a second, Kev. Let me call back in.
Before you do that, because I'm moving on. I'm talking. Yeah, I got a whole what's the name, right? And it's we know a lot about these Hamites. What's the fucking title here? Tell me about this Vagrancy Act of 1866 and the Battle of Verdun.
Well, I know a little bit about the Vagrancy Act, the Battle of Gillespie. I wasn't able to find too much on that, but basically the Vagrancy Act 1866 was a thing to get people make people criminals right after the 13th and the 14th Amendment. And with people becoming criminals for not having a job, like these liberators, the liberation movement seemed like they were working in conjunction with the labor unions in order to put people in a position to have employment. But signing up to those labor unions seemed like, you know what I mean, that threw something off as far as that goes.
Do what off?
It threw the people off. It seemed like they started looking to these strong men for direction rather than look to the God. And
What you mean?
like that, it seemed like, well, they started putting these strong men in the place and gave them the power, like pretty much put them in the place of God, like, because that's what these guys, all of these, A. Philip Randolph, the guy I just now mentioned, Harrison, they were labor union leaders, and it coincides exactly with like everything that went on with the Bolshevik revolutions, with you know, the rioting and everything happening at the same time. So when I'm sorry to jump back forward, but that's just how I related it.
I was bringing up some info right now. Let me see, and the battle of, what is this? The Battle of Chicago. I mean Illinois, Gillespie, Illinois. What do you know about it?
That right there, I don't know anything about it, so I have to go back and do some research.
Ah. So what do you know about the Nazi hand gesture and the Olympics and the World Fairs and all of them coming through the World Fairs and all of that shit? What you think about that?
That was an amazing connection, and now that I'm seeing that, it's a connection by way of gestures. I was about to say symbolism, but a connection by gestures, like Jesse Owens being a black German and somebody that's not of this land, but it's been presented to the people by way of propaganda, like, hey, this is your champion. But they use that champion like almost like a controlled opposition to get the people to start supporting, you know, people of another nation,
Sports?
thinking it was theirs. Like
sports come together by sports? Or anything
yeah,
like
it's
that?
like give it. Well, can I relate it to today? If I relate it to today, it's like somebody like a LeBron James or Floyd Mayweather coming out, like Floyd Mayweather in particular, speaking on like the issues that's going on in the Middle East and taking sides and concerns in those matters and not dealing with the matters at hand, like on this country and the things that's happening to the people in this country.
All right, we about to make it make sense right now. All right, I got it. I'm ready to go now. All right.
My God.
we about to make it make sense right now. Thanks a lot for the call, champion. We all.
My God.
My man. Coffee and Kush TV. Boy. That nigga Todd turned confused. I mean, Todd be turning confusing every now and then. I don't know what the hell. I was doing something else, though. I'm thinking he gonna take over. But I was looking up some info for the next part of the show, which I gotta do because I'm always gotta be bringing the next topic up to play. And I look up when my brain come to see what a nigga talking about. I'm like, huh? And I don't know if it's the weed I smoke. It's the like button, it's subscribe. I'm like, what the hell? Anyway, we can talk about the styling. We're gonna get to this. The topic at hand and where we left off was these battles and stuff like that. And great way to bring up Stalin and Hitler and stuff like that, so we can relate it back. So Kev can relate it back to the Olympic Games and the takeover of these two nations coming against these, which is a collection of many nations. So when they came over here, let me see, they started picking fights and having black coup d'etats all over the Americas. Press one. Together, all of them. And we had a lot of people betray us you thought was your brothers, and they really not. You know, they are part of the coalition of the Stalinists and the socialist parties That's why you can't get ahead. That's why they stuff always go back adding up to these Germans and this one, and they all became federalized here in America. French became the Choctaw federalized. They brought themselves here. Do you understand? And incorporated themselves in San Francisco, family. Hit the like button. They became American. And while you thinking, oh, we was Indians. Oh, you was. You must have been a Seminole German Indian or a French Choctaw or a Mexican Italian, a Russian Confederate state of Jamaica. You see that down there? You see that? They be trying to keep this information from y'all. The Bible say all nations conspired against you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is going to be an ugly truth. Kev, and we breaking it down by any means necessary. You feel me? So the Buffalo Soldiers can't hide in plain sight no more. These people can't just say black in this one when they are really with your captivity. It took a lot to genocide you out, you know, and remove you from power. Your forefathers ain't they forefathers. You don't know if this is a man painted, a Chinese man painted black. You don't know nothing. You just know he part of this team here. Press 1. He was the first Nazi. He was the first extremist. He was the first of the social order, of the social power. He was the first one. You see that cross on his chest? They trying to sell you this like these are good people. These people are the ones who helped Margaret Sanger exterminate you, who was in power at the time. They brought these people in to convince you and go to the churches and convince you to betray Christ and betray the crown and betray God and betray the paternal, the patriarch order here for you to go into dowries and get played by their white banker buddies over here in their other garbs, playing different roles up there in the federal government. So you got to understand that. You got to ask these questions. If you like being a slave, don't waste my time. You can't like being a slave coming here. I want you to be able to see. You know, if you're not trying to see, you've been seeing the same way your whole life. Now it's time to really see. You got to see these nations, all of them, are against you. Then you got these black folk who's accepted that they just monkeys. Press 1. They've accepted it. We gonna play the monkey role from here on out. That's why we called you Monkey Brain. Press 1. That's why we called you Monkey Brain. Because y'all let these people, these agents of Satan, Coffee and Kush TV, Cairo University, where you get taught everything at one time. Go ahead.
Yo, peace, Kev, bro.
What's up?
No doubt, man. How you been, brother? Yo, man, I haven't watched this, you know, because I'm trying to build some income streams, but I just, you know what I mean? I still fuck with you, man. It's been a minute, but I want to share with you.
Go ahead, champion. Go ahead.
So I'm you know, something kind of stuck in my mind. I had wanted to ask you this before, but the young man who was speaking, he was saying something about he was shocked that Russia had some kind of control. Something to the effect, but it made me think of, I don't know if you heard, you know, during our what is called Civil War, 1865, Russia had one as well of 1865, the Circassian Civil War, the same years theirs was going on.
Yeah, it's
but
their Civil War. They were having a civil uprising here, and they're just telling their German
my whole
side
point.
of
Yo,
it. Go
check
ahead.
this out. Yeah, word is born. And check this out. And it kind of stuck out what the white boy was saying in the music video in the 80s. I will always hear hum it, but then I seen it maybe about a year ago, and it hit different. Remember Boy George?
Yes.
Karma,
chameleon.
chameleon.
Oh,
Did you ever see the people in the video how they with the Circassians was dressed? I said, "Oh, the white boy dropped the ill bomb."
Wait a
You
minute.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Comma, chameleon. Look at the people that was in the video. You know, he was saying, "Yeah, y'all didn't get y'all because y'all some lying mother effers." You know what I'm saying? Karma, chameleon. You come here disguised. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You ain't the original. You know what I mean? I kind of get what Boy George was saying. I said
Well,
that
good
shit
for
was
that.
ill.
Good for that.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I got the real truth. If
But
you
that-
think that's ill, I got the real one. Go ahead.
I know you do. That's why I fuck with you. It's just something that just started. I said I ain't call kept in a minute because my workout. So I said let me just sit back and I'm in the background.
So
man.
you
I'm
ain't
in the
got no. So
background.
you ain't got no homework. Only thing you got is karma, chameleon. What do you got on the?
Well, you understand, man.
What do you got of the foundation, the founding of the Progressive Miners of America, and these? What's the title of this show? Because I need some homework. That's cool. We know the
What does
music.
he say? Say it one more time, because I'm on vacation. Go ahead.
The free. Well, enjoy your time, champion. My man, take a breath. And now he ready to go. Press one.
Not
Now
like
he
this.
ready to go. Now he on vacation.
Not like this.
I'm gonna escort you, right? The fuck up out of here. Press one. No, sir. No. I'm glad you like music and you want to be a gesture for the Germanic belief system, sir. I knew you was coming with some nonsense. Soon as you said, "Yo, Cam, what up? Yo, what's up, mom?" You ain't never heard this before. Get your head out of the music and get it back in class. You see? You got monkey mind, sir. Come on. What? You see what Boy George is saying. Well, you shouldn't be listening to Boy George. Press one. You should be listening to Cap Row. That's why I fuck with you. You don't fuck with me. Where you at in my Patreon? Where you at in my Cash App? You don't fuck with me. You fuck with Boy George. You didn't go to Boy George and say, "I got this guy Kev." You didn't go to them and email them and press one. You gonna come on my show and bring up some people dancing around in ballerina. Press one. He was dropping some ill bombs and bars. Get out of town. That's that monkey mind. You want to be a circus clown and distract and distort. You men don't do nothing but just confuse yourself. Press one. See how the women stay on cold, as they say? When the sisters call in, boom, 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 boom. Y'all just playing, champ. I already know who is student and who ain't. But anyway, I love this because we get to take part. We get to watch the videos and understand that these battles and these quarrels and these government attacks that was going on in the mid 1800s was a red coat coup d'etat to take over your forefathers' land and steal their pensions. Now they did it for white status and to be able to move about in white status. White folk, the white Russian and German coalition at the time did it because they wanted your money. So the black ones had to betray you and give you over to them, their other brothers. Both of them are African Americans. You're not an African American. You're a Virginian, Victorian, original colony, you all that. You people under the king. And this government is still being ran without you even knowing as a patriarch. And while you wishing and praying in Wonderland, it's called the Matrix for a reason. The matriarch equals Matrix. So you don't even watch the movie The Matrix if you don't understand you've been in your mama's womb. You was raised by her, and that's all you know is mama. That's when the oracle sat down and started talking to him. You about to cry. The oracle is right. You don't know what the fuck the oracle is. You don't know if that creator of the Matrix was right. You don't know nothing. Because you don't even know how to perceive shit. That's it. Mama. You feel me? Mama. Care, bro. A nation full of mama monkeys boys. Press 1. A bunch of corporate monkey mamas boys. MMB for life. MMB. Press 1. Y'all niggas from MMB. Press 1. Maybach. Mama's boys. Press 1.
Not like this. Not like this.
Mama's boys. That should be your fucking ad lib. Press 1. Bunch of a whole nation full of curious Georges. Hit the like button and subscribe. I love every bit of it. I love coming to class, waiting on my Democratic friends. That's why I always come late. I always come late just so I can see them. Hit that like button. Now, where is this? All right, let me bring this up. I have to bring this up because we moving on. See, the brothers that be calling in just to say what's up, Kev, they not supporters of this broadcast. I don't want to say what's up to you niggas, bro. Press 1. I don't want to say what's up. Don't call me to say you ain't messed with me for quite some time, but that's why you mess with me. You don't mess with me, bro. That sound retarded. I don't want to tell you when you call in. That shit sound retarded to me because I'm a nice guy. But that shit sound dumb as hell. So what? I don't care. Where's the homework? Get off. I gotta tell them like Democrat. Get off my nuts. Damn, nigga. You ain't never around when I go to jail. You ain't got no money on my books. Press 1. Get off my nuts, nigga. Whoa, there. Coughing because you be on the air with that.
What's up, Chad? It's Rio calling in.
Rio, talk to me, King. What's up, man? Save me from the trauma. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, that's me in the chat to that 84 logo in the chat, man.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was you. Oh, why you keep switching, bro? Now I'm talking
Yeah,
shit
like,
to two different yous.
All right, cause it's Rio Lobo like the Western.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
All right.
He said like
So
the
I
the Western.
Yeah, like with the guy on there, John Wayne and all them.
Yeah. Clean Eastwood and them. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, check it out. It said founding of the Progressive Miners of America.
Go ahead.
Coal miners were the vanguard of the American labor movement, and Illinois played a major role in the 1890s. Tens of thousands of Illinois miners joined the United Mine Workers Union, but in succeeding decades, the leadership of UMW President John L. Lewis came under criticism. On September 1st through the 3rd, 1932, miners convened in Gillespie to act on their grievances in the Colonial Theater, originally located on this site. 274 delegates voted to create a cleaner, more democratic union. The Progressive Miners of America, the UMW, reacted to the PMA challenge with violence, often supported by local police and state militia. The PMA responded in kind between 1932 and 1936. The UMW and PMA miners engaged in gun battles and bombings against each other.
Wow.
This episode became known as the Mine Wars. Damn. A women's auxiliary was organized alongside the PMA, which supported their men on their home front and beyond. Wearing their characteristic white dresses and white headbands, 10,000 WA members protested in 1933 at the state capitol in Springfield against the abrogation of PMA miners' civil rights in 1936. The PMA and WA dedicated the Mother Jones Monument in the Union Miners Cemetery at Mount Olive.
Hold up. It hit different when you read it, huh? That shit like hold the
man.
All type of
I'm
imagery going on.
I'm looking like man.
I can see it in your brain forming. Like, wait a minute.
Woo.
Fuck.
Come on.
Go ahead, champ.
Monument in the Union Miners Cemetery at Mount Olive, which includes the names of 21 PMA members killed during the mine war. At its height, the Progressive Miners of America represented more than 20,000 miners, but it was unable to expand beyond Illinois. The advent of World War II ended its heyday. However, memory of the PMA lives on in many Illinois families. Sponsored by University of Illinois Mississippi Project, Illinois Coal Museum at Gillespie, City of Gillespie, at the Illinois State Historical Site, May 2021.
Wow.
Also, Kel, let me
And
speak on the
they say
fusion.
Gillespie don't got nothing to do with nothing.
Right. Nah, they got to do with everything.
Talk to him, Brio.
All right.
Go
So
ahead,
look,
King.
then you got the fusion party. I know about the fusion party because where I'm from in Brunswick, they got what you call Fleet Tech, which is a federal law enforcement.
Where you
training
from?
center,
Where
right?
you from?
I'm from Brunswick, Georgia, Glenn County.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Right where they had the Federal Reserve Act on Jekyll Island,
Yes.
and we go there for field trip.
No shit.
That's in elementary school we go to archaeologists on Fort Frederica, all that. So like I said, when I hear this information, it registers to me different. Like, man, it's crazy. We living this all our life, but then to have it in a different perspective, But Fresh and Fit, I remember the dude Fresh and Fit, he was saying that he was a federal law enforcement training officer or whatever. And
Yes.
He had went there. But they got I think it's 2 or 3 of them. I think I know one is in Brunswick, one is in Germany, and I think one is in Phoenix, but I know it's one in Brunswick and Germany. So that right there, like when you saying that make a lot of sense. But it's illegal though. It's illegal, Kel, for them to fuse, and like the sheriff, the county sheriff, and a federal law enforcement church, they cannot commingle with each other or conspire against the people of the state, basically.
Not
That's
if
illegal.
they
It's
don't
considered
know.
illegal.
It ain't illegal if they don't know.
Right. It ain't illegal if they don't know. Yeah, you're right. Well, that's all I got for right now, Kel.
Thank you, champion.
I'm gonna let somebody else call it in.
Oh, we'll wait. We'll wait for him. Coffee and Kush TV. Thanks, champ. Rio in the building.
All right.
My man. See, there was a coal miners' war battle. Now I'm gonna play a video in which you'll be able to see these coal mining wars and get a first-hand account on these situations. But if somebody come on around here talking about history don't matter, history is everything. History is everything. That way you know where you at, know what's going on politically. You start seeing the same plays there to distract you. Now you're not blinded and confused as everybody else. You have some foot in there. Bam, right there. All right?
Spread by.
So pay attention. In order to get the information, you got to go to the people who was there at the time. So we're going to go to these little battles right after I take some calls.
Press 1 to
B from Texas, you're on the air. What up?
What's going on, Kel? Hey,
What up?
I got lunch break. I gotta call in with gotta call in, bro.
Well,
You
shit.
was talking about
Go ahead.
yes, sir. You was talking about the Verdun, Illinois, and I sent you a newsletter from back then, and it was talking about how I was talking about the Vagrancy Act, and then how they was trying to make where brothers wasn't working that they would become criminals, and then they had the miners that went on strike. Basically what you was reading about.
Hundreds killed. Are you talking about that one?
Yes, sir.
Got you. I'm gonna bring it up for the class.
Hundreds killed.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna read it. It says, hundreds killed, a desperate battle with striking coal miners, riddled with bullets, a fierce riot at Verdun. This morning, troops are ordered out. Okay, Springfield, Illinois, October 2nd,
Go ahead.
October 12th. A
December.
train riddled with bullets. A train riddled with bullets just pulled in Chicago and Alton Depot this afternoon after Verdun. One deputy is dead
he was riddled with he was riddled. I mean, he was riding on the front car of the with a Winchester, and minors fired on him. He discharged his Winchester and was shot to pieces. Okay, it cut it off right there because that was the only thing I could get. But I sent you another post where it says wanted on there, wanted 75. Good colored coal miners.
Yes, sir. What about it?
Okay, that was the advertisement because the so-called white people had went on strike, and they did an advertisement to get colored people to come in to Burton, Illinois for work.
Wait a minute. So they advertised 2 black people to come on up there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go
and
ahead.
Then yes, sir. And then when the train arrived, they said that the miners and the people and also the police they just riddled the train with bullet holes. They killed. Yes, sir. They tried to say it was a small number, but we looking at already it said hundreds on a newspaper article. Then here they were asking for 175 good colored miners. You know, more than 175 people coming if that's the only spots that they had. So this shows a big massacre. They even call it the Burden Massacre. And I sent you another.
They also called it. You ever hear this term called colonial theater?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Ain't that weird?
I don't know.
To me, that's kind of like every time they bring up these little battles, and then what did I call it? Theater of war. It's always
theater of war.
Like Verdun, Illinois. There's a battle of Verdun in World War II. Okay, they stormed beaches in Utah in World War II, but it's made to look, in my opinion, it's looking like that's over there in Germany or some shit. But now that I'm looking at the theater differently, and I'm catching what was going on, I see the acts being played out in American history. The theater is not real. It's more like, go ahead.
It's like even in theater, they have a script. They go by the script, but they pulling real moves off instead of just with being something that's cinematic. To me, it's an act of murder. It's an act of murder
and cover up by way of propaganda.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because in our history, we got people coming up from the South going to the North for jobs. Well, we see wanted pictures here, and then we see massacres happening when they get there.
Yep, and they even made like a mural or a statue. It's not necessarily a statue because it's flat, but showing the massacre and what they did. I sent it to you, and then they even got the wanted.
Hold on, let me bring this up now. Let me bring this up before I continue on. Make sure y'all go to the Cash App. The cash tag is always Gills Gang. I'm going to be doing shout-outs in a second here. So if you want to shout out and be a support of this and not be a part of the EBT program, please go to the... Hey, listen, I don't care if you go to the Patreon for $1. If all y'all putting $1 in the goddamn... What is 200 people up in it? Yeah, bro. Shout out to the information folk. Let me bring this up real quick before we get started. Since they want to talk shit, Kev, man, yeah, should I get rid of my $10 contribution? I don't give a damn what you do. Okay? I don't care. Just support the broadcast, whether you call it in or being some form of helping continuing this great conversations that we have every morning right here on Cav Road. Then we can do the dumb shit.
Nothing like it on earth. Straight up.
All right, so I brought up the statue. Tell us what we're looking at here. Go ahead.
Okay, they even they're showing. If you look all the way over to the left hand side, they got the wanted. They got that wanted posted.
Oh fuck!
So they know what they did. It's not like it's not known. They glorifying
So
it.
wait a minute. They brought up. Wait a minute. Listen to what we just said, bro. Remember I said, I know Taj bugging out. Why would they get our people on these trains, and where did they end up? Oh my goodness. Are you telling me they was bringing black people in and slaughtering them and burying them?
Yes, sir.
And removing the bodies and having their names?
Yes, sir. Because to get a job, you had their information there, and they had to have jobs. They put them in a corner. They put our people in the corner. You have to have a job, or you going to jail. All right, I gotta have $1 in my pocket, or I'm going to jail.
You gotta have
All right,
$1.
I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna go work. All right, y'all advertise for work. Okay, we hiring. That's like one of these major companies having a job fair. That's you know.
And then
they
when the
having a
black
strike,
people get there, we all end up
set up.
working and then get
Riddle.
slaughtered. Oh my! They riddled with bullets.
Drive by. They was doing drive bys first.
They was doing train flybys.
Train by.
Train
fly by.
bys.
Yes, sir.
Because if you look on the
Yes, sir.
train, even the people who brought them there had weapons, and they betrayed them. Look, it's right
Yep.
there.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Oh
It's a slaughter.
my God! That's how they ended up there.
Yes, sir. And all right, you got the coal
My
mines.
goodness!
They
And they was
already
hanging them
underground.
upside down. Oh wait, that's a horse. All right, go ahead, champ. Oh my goodness!
And they already got them underground.
They already got
So,
them underground.
Underground, these people never came back to their families. Oh, they died in the coal mine. You remember them talking about
a rock
people
fell
dying
on
in
them.
coal mine?
The rocks fell down on
Yep.
them and crushed them. No, they were slaughtered by the
Yes,
same
sir.
people. Now that's genocide. Let
Yep,
me ask you this.
improving it.
Let me ask you this. Let's be real. If the local Food for Less opened up 30 new jobs positions at this site, and you got to be there Saturday morning, how many people is filling up?
You're gonna have more than the number of people.
No, you're not. You're gonna have 30. You're gonna have 30, B. You're gonna have 30 people show up because they, yeah, right. How many people showing up, B?
You're gonna have all right, at least 30 because we know it's 30.
Now
At least
check
30.
this. You slaughter them and post another Craigslist
And then-
ad.
Yes, sir. They gonna keep coming.
And then you
So
slaughter
get
them
rid of the
and post
evidence.
another fucking job fair at the fucking local grocery.
Yep. And the thing about this too, Kel,
Oh,
it happened
my
in
goodness.
1898.
It happened in what year?
1898.
Wait,
the year of
one
the
more
coup.
time. One more time for him.
It was 1898, the year of the Wilmington coup.
So
The same year.
So they
Yes, sir.
entered Gillespie town and murdered everybody.
Murdered everybody. Then you coup d'etat the nation. So they were already this a plot. It's a plot in the plan.
What they do with the bodies? They burn them up.
Burn them up, bury them underground, probably bury the bones
Yeah.
because
Mass
that's part
graves.
of the Holocaust. Yes, sir.
So this is the real Black Holocaust.
Yes, sir. It's proven, and the fact that they glorify this and make museums. This is at a museum.
We got to go to the museum. We got to go to the museum.
Yes, sir.
I got to go to the museum.
Yes, sir.
Fuck that. Where's the museum? Where's the museum? I'm going.
It's on Route 66. I sent you
You
another.
got to be kidding me. The end of the road?
Yes, sir. Check
The beginning
sir.
of the road.
Route 66.
The beginning of the road.
the beginning of the road.
No, where's
And look, if you look at
no, it's the beginning of. Come on, B. Come on, bro. I'm jumping around.
Okay, look.
Where is this
Look, Kel,
motherfucking place? Go ahead.
Route 66 is coming out of St. Louis. They call St. Louis the gateway to the West. That's where they had the first Olympics on American soil.
Okay.
And yes, sir. So that man, they.
So let's think
had
like
the first-
let's think like homicidal genocide is murderers. Okay, you do them here, and then you take them to the end of the road. Where's the end of the road? Santa Monica,
the end
California.
of the road is Santa Monica.
Santa Monica,
Route 66.
California. Route 66, the end.
Yes, sir.
The gateway is where?
So
They say everybody went west, right? We
Yes, sir. They went through
oh my the trail. Oh my fucking God, bro.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh my goodness.
And I sent you a picture showing Route 66 and showing these different places and museums and all kind of stuff along Route 66. They call it the Blue Corridor, Blue Carpet Corridor. And also I sent you the Blue Carpet Corridor, and they got like a little, Route 66 symbol, but it says Blue Carpet Corridor, miners, mobsters, and the Mother's Road, and the Mother Road. They call it the Mother
The
Road.
Mother Road.
And that
Because
got
it's
something
the
to do
because
with,
it's the interstate. It's the death highway to
yes,
hell.
sir.
It's the highway to hell. It's the
Yep,
highway
they
to
did it.
hell.
Yes, sir. What they say. And they also, you ever heard of
Oh, you gotta be
Green
fucking
Book?
kidding me, bro.
Yes, sir. You ever heard of the Green Book? They had where they talk about sundown towns. Route 66. Our people didn't want to ride Route 66.
they kill you.
And then they kill you. They made a Green Book, to show safe places for us to, try to travel west, because of all of this. And I looked at. I sent you. I saw a video. I sent you a video.
Wait a minute, bro.
19.
Wait, man, hold up, man. My stomach hurt. Hold up.
Yeah, bro.
I'm still on
This
them
is
trains.
wild.
Yeah, they kill them on the trains, then ship them out west.
Yes, sir. Ship them out west. That's the route, Route 66. And then if you come driving down Route 66, you might not make it back. A lot of our people didn't make it back. We, missing forever.
Go ahead,
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And
You said you sent me what?
yeah, I sent you a video. This had to do with the Olympics. The first Olympics on American soil was in St. Louis.
Having been occupied.
And
Really?
like
At
you
the
were
World
saying,
Fair?
Yes, sir. And they called it they said they called it the gateway to the West. And they showed you're gonna see a lot of stuff that's gonna be like, wow, a lot of stuff you was talking about. And even there were palaces there, 12 palaces, killed, that I know that they didn't build it that fast. We talk about the 12 colonies, the 12 colonies of King George. I feel like these were palaces that was already here, and they
Yes.
took over.
Yes.
They had armies coming in. They showed their parades. It's a whole army, just like
Bro,
you said.
that's what I said. It was all of them together, and their parade salute as one was the Nazi salute, bro. All of them, America too.
Yes, sir. They throwing it up. They tired. Like, hey, if it don't matter what nation you from. If you throwing up Crips, then we're gonna associate
right.
you with the Crips.
That's
you know?
right.
So this ain't no different. We can't, oh, now because we're talking about this is different. No, it's the same. Let's see. But yeah, like they are guilty by association, straight up. I resent you what I was just talking about, that the 1904 World Fair. One more thing
I just got it too. Go ahead.
One more thing, because I got to get back,
Yes.
but I just got to say this. They, at the end of the World Fair, when they cut all the lights off, these supposed to be people, these are people from all over the world. Man, Kel, they all singing the same song. It's a song called, what is that? New Year's, when they do the New Year's ball drop,
Yes.
that they play that one song.
I don't know the song, but it's the ball.
Yeah, I don't know it, but
Yeah.
you gonna know the melody. They all singing that song, so they are.
It's like a ritual. They are one. They are we. They are legion.
And yes, sir, it is, and it's actually a ritual. It's a ritual. It is a ritual. So we can't let them. I can't give them a pass for it. It's a straight up ritual. And, hey, no matter what, I'm always calling in to participate.
Thank you, sir.
This is the most important information that you bringing out, and we gotta show our support, man.
And this is
Yes, sir.
incredible. This is incredible. Thank you for the call. And get back to work, man. Thank you for the call, champ.
Yep. Already. I'll talk to you later.
My man. So there you have it. There you have it, bro. It's very important that you know. You see how the people turn into the trees, into the logs? You see that? The more you look into they turn into the tree. All of this is symbolic for what's important. Who was that old white lady leading all that? Just check it out. This is a slaughtering is what you have. That's insane. That's insane. And it's right in our faces. You either entertain or you're not. I'm not entertained, so my mind is focused on this. I like entertainment. I like music. I like everything that comes with being human. But I ain't no fool, though. I ain't no coward. I know when we are being genocided out of existence. I know how to stop bobbing my head to the beat, like Pac said, and start listening to the words that are coming out of people's mouth to know what's real and what's not. You know? Don't worry. We finna talk about the silliness on YouTube and relationship gurus going rogue and all type of fun stuff. But my class is first. My class is first. So let me turn this up real quick because we're going back to St. Louis. St. Louis plays a big part, like we were just talking about Route 66. This is very important. I love information. I love coming on the internet and allowing people to say, wait, this is dope because I saw this over here. And contribute more and more to the show so that everybody get a chance to learn. Feel me? That's what's up. So let's see what they talking about here.
Having been occupied for over 1,000 years, the city known as St. Louis has a rich and interesting history as one of North America's oldest continuously occupied cities. Hi everyone, my name is Ken. Welcome to This House. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more content like this. The story of St. Louis starts around the year 900 ACE, when the area became the center of the Native American Mississippian culture, which built large temple complexes and residential earthwork mounds on both the eastern and western sides of the Mississippi River. The regional center lasted for over 600 years in its prime until about 1500 ACE, and was located at Cahokia Mounds, which, at the time, was larger than the city of London. Historic Native American tribes in the area included the Osage people, whose territory extended west into today's Missouri, and the Illinois people, whose territory extended east into what we now know as Illinois. While archaeological discoveries are still underway, we are learning more about this advanced culture every year. Unfortunately, by the time the city of St. Louis was officially founded, many of the mounds and temples had been razed to the ground to make way for development, leaving but a mere shadow of the culture's former grandeur and complexity.
And as I say over and over again, all this illustration shit, this was bigger than them guys. That's not real to me. All these little silly numbers and shit, this was something else. And to draw little mounds and little people to give it, this is what you saw. No, nigga. Y'all dress like that, and Indians dress like little savages with little Caesar haircuts. Get the fuck out of here. These are burial grounds, bro. Large mounds, bro. Ain't got nothing to do with no funny looking made up Indians who didn't own anything before you got here.
In fact, at the time of the city's founding, it was nicknamed Mound City, after the vast quantity of earthen structures and temples that dominated the landscape. But that's a story for another day. Let's get back to the founding of St. Louis City. The first recorded European exploration of the area was in 1673 by French explorers Louis Joliet and Jacques Marquette, who traveled through Mississippi River Valley. Just 5 years later, La Salle would claim the region for France as part of the Louisiana Territory. The earliest European colonizers would arrive and build their settlement in Illinois County between 1690 and the early 1700s at Cahokia, Kaskaskia, and Fort Deschamps. Eventually, migrants from these French villages would travel to the western side of the Mississippi River in the 1730s and establish St. Genevieve as a city. In fact, several of the structures built here in the 1700s have survived to this day and can be visited by appointment or on a walking tour of the city. In 1764, after France lost the 7 Years' War, Pierre Laclede, along with his stepson, Auguste Chateau, founded the French city of St. Louis, which was bound by the western banks of the Mississippi River and the southern banks of the Missouri River. Though St. Genevieve was already an established trading post, Laclede sought a new site that would be less prone to flooding. He also found dense forest and grasslands that could easily be converted for agriculture. Laclede is famously known for saying, "This place might become, hereafter, one of the finest cities." He then sent his 14-year-old stepson, Auguste Chateau, to lead a group of 30 French settlers to establish the area. The French families built up the economy through fur trading with the indigenous Osage people, as well as many other tribes located along the Missouri River. The city was originally planned by Laclede to have 3 long avenues that ran parallel to the Mississippi River, with city blocks that were set at 240 by 300 feet. He also established a public corridor along the river which would give the inhabitants access to the river. Of course, this was replaced by the Gateway Arch and other private developments during the process of urban renewal, leaving nearly no traces of the original city. For the first few years of St. Louis's existence, the city was not recognized by any of the governments. Although the settlement was thought to be under the control of the Spanish government, no one asserted any authority over it, and thus St. Louis had no local government. This vacuum led Laclede to assume civil control and all—
Now, stop. Now, what's this? What's this? This how you know. This how you know they lying. What's this? What the fuck is this? Now, see, this is why I can't with these fake ass historians. See, Indians, huh? What's that? There ain't one Indian that can tell you what that is. See, Kev is just too much for this system. You feel me? And this is why I enjoy what I do. Because I'm going to show you what that is. I'm going to show you what that is. See? Playing around with Mr. Gillespie. Fucking around. Fucking around with Mr. Gillespie. And that's what you're going to end up with. It's in me blood, mate. It's in me blood. What's that? Oh, that's nothing. I love what we do. Now watch this one. What's this?
Not like this. Not like this.
See? You're a liar. See? You're just lying. These you're just lying. I don't know what that. And if you don't know nothing, knowledge is power, y'all. Let's put this over here. Let's put this over here because they're gonna say the Indians made this one. The Indians made this one. We don't know nothing. Because you don't know the past, you're not able, your brain won't adapt to that real quick and say, wait a minute. That's some bullshit. So Kev got to line it up just right for you. Press 1. Because the Hebrew Israelites ain't going to tell you. They don't want you to know. Press 1. Why y'all dress George Washington up and you know that's a Frenchman? George Washington ain't no French. See, now you fucked up. See? Uh-oh. You done fucked up. But that's another story for another day. Go ahead.
Problems were disposed in communal meetings. In addition, Laclede granted new settlers lots in town and the surrounding countryside. In hindsight, many of these original settlers thought of these first few years as the golden age of St. Louis. By 1765, the city began receiving visits from representatives of the English, French, and Spanish governments. The Native Americans in the area expressed dissatisfaction at being under the control of the British forces. One of the
We don't like being under the control of the British forces. Oh, the British people were so mean to us. Oh, you must be nicer. You are Frenchman and Spaniard. You must be better for us.
great
Get the
Ottawa
fuck outta here.
chieftains, Pontiac, was angered by the change of power and the potential for the British to come into their lands. He desired to fight against them, but many of the St. Louis inhabitants refused. St. Louis was transferred to the French First Republic in 1800, although all of the colonial lands continued to be administered by Spanish officials.
Uh-oh. Where the Moors at? Where you Moors at?
Not like this.
Uh-oh.
Not like this.
Where the Moors? Come here, Spaniard. Where the Blackamoors? Spanish kings and queens. The white man was lying. That was really us. Where you at? Come on, Moors. Come on, bring it out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's okay, my little monkey friend. Come here. Come here. Oh, they're so cute. One. Well, where's Dane Calloway? Oh, where's the swimming turtle in the universe? Oh, where are you? Calling Dane Calloway the fucking loser who's sitting on the back of a turtle flying through the universe as the knee-deep people. In what year was this, silly man? Press 1.
Then sold by the French to the U.S. in 1803 as part of the Louisiana Purchase.
Huh?
St. Louis became the capital of, and gateway to, the new territory. Shortly after the official transfer of authority was made, the Lewis and Clark expedition was commissioned by President Thomas Jefferson, and the expedition departed from St. Louis in May of 1804 along the Mississippi River to explore the vast territory. There were hopes of finding a water route to the Pacific
Boy,
Ocean.
did they have our heads fucked up in history. Now that we know black people was here, the Victorians, King George, they making it seem like they still had wagon wheels at this time. Then when you look at the video from this time, the wagon wheel people are there in the industrialized world like they just came from fucking the past like pilgrims. So who do you believe? How the fuck is y'all the Victorians in the 17 and 1800s, but motherfucking Lewis and Clark is doing expeditions for Indians? Talking about Pocahontas. See, you done fucked up.
Not like
See?
this.
I told you.
Not like
I
this.
told you, Todd. Ain't no getting off the boat. You can't leave this boat. They go, press one. Your times ain't adding up. Y'all adding 100 years, you're moving here. Whatever story makes sense, you add 100 years or remove it. Like, come on, bro. The Indian story is not real. It's like Chucky dolls. Press one in the 1990s. It's not real, man. Okay? You're not that. Your Indian story is not adding up with King George, and neither is your French and Spaniard story. Time immemorial, make sure they all white. Press one. If you talk about a slave, make sure they all monkey more minded. Press one. You keep them off balance. You don't know nothing. Lost in space and time, and in time immemorial. And you're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Press one, bars.
But the party had to go overland in the Upper West.
Oh.
They reached the Pacific Ocean via the Columbia River in the summer of 1805. They returned, reaching St. Louis on September the 23rd, 1806. Both Lewis and Clark lived in St.
Now
Louis.
stop it. Now you would know. This map is stupid. Press one. Cause y'all not adding up with Mr. Gillespie, who found it. Where? Oregon? Where did Mr. Gillespie found? So where y'all at during this whole time? Y'all just saying the Pacific. Cause we know George Washington Gillespie founded what? Let's see. Press one. You gotta. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. George Washington, August 15, 1817, and August 19, was the founder of the town of Centralia, Washington. Oh my goodness. He is remembered as the leading African American frontier of America.
Not like this. Not like this.
There is not one sonnetter in history, but there is Mr. Gillespie bloodline all over the place, bro. I told you, bro. They should never say we wasn't shit, nigga. Not me. Yeah, I'm gonna find us. He was born in Virginia. Oh, y'all, it's over. In the Pacific Northwest, he founded everything. Oh my goodness. He was the first Latter-day Saint. He was the first. Oh my goodness. Oh, you pieces of shit. They took everything from George Washington Gillespie, bro. The founding father in America, the real founding father, is a nigga named George. George Washington Gillespie. And that's why Washington is on the East Coast and the West Coast. That's why Virginia would be under fucking royal fucking shit. That's why Washington. We'll get to it.
1805. They returned, reaching St. Louis on September the 23rd, 1806. Both Lewis and Clark lived in St. Louis after the expedition.
Ooh, y'all enjoy.
Many other fur traders, such
He got
as
a
Father
taco hat.
Campbell, would be attracted to St. Louis later on in the century. You can learn more about him in this video linked above on the screen right now. The city elected its first municipal legislators, called trustees, in 1808. Steamboats first arrived in St. Louis in 1817, improving connections with New Orleans and eastern markets. Missouri was admitted as a state in 1821. St. Louis was incorporated as a city in 1822 and continued to develop.
Told you.
St. Louis.
You can't even do that. And the bear represents what? Russia, Mother Russia. Look down there, the upside down crescent moon. This is all taken over right here. And what is that time frame? MDCCCXX. Remember these time frames.
St. Louis was incorporated as a city in 1822
Listen,
and continued to
they
develop
started
largely
incorporating.
due to its busy port and trade connections. Immigrants from Ireland and Germany arrived in St. Louis in significant numbers starting in the 1840s.
Uh-oh.
The population of St. Louis grew from less than 20,000 inhabitants in 1840 to more than 160,000 by 1860.
Who the Ukrainian?
By the 1800s, St. Louis had a greater population than New Orleans. On August the 22nd, 1876,
After my birthday.
the city of St. Louis voted to secede from St. Louis County and became an independent city.
Oh my goodness. So only the counties, the state, everything, the city's not. Oh my goodness. Let me go back.
Count of the votes in November officially did so in March of 1877.
Y'all
Industrial
established
production
fake
continued
counties.
to increase during the late 19th century. Major corporations such as the Anheuser-Busch Brewery
Look.
and the Ralston Purina Company were established. St. Louis also was home to Deloge Consolidated Lead Company and several brass-era automobile companies,
Here they come.
including the Success Automobile Manufacturing Company. In 1904, the city hosted the World's Fair and the Olympics, becoming the first non-European city to host the Games.
Okay, so the Nazis are here. Germany is here. The socialists are here. Everybody's here. The League of Nations is here. All nations' militaries are on the land.
Permanent facilities and structures remaining from the fair are located in Forest Park, and other notable structures within the park's boundaries include the St. Louis Art Museum, the St. Louis Zoo, and the Missouri History Museum. That's all we will cover today. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of this film from the 1904's World's Fair that we have retouched for your viewing pleasure. The original video will be linked in the description below. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss part 2 of this video, where we will explore the city's history in the 20th and 21st centuries. I'll see you next time on This House.
This where they filmed all Adolf Hitler propaganda. They had Adolf Hitler coming off, and in my on. This is press one. Adolf Hitler was up there. Shoot, press one. And y'all thinking that's way over there. No, they was doing that right here. They had Stalin right there, right next to him. He's your press one. Tell him, Deb. Deb is my favorite former Confederate auntie. Y'all got us fucked up. Tell him, auntie. They was out there like, it's just Mein Kampf. It's just a monkey brain. See, you trying to think? I know Russian. I know German. I just can't speak it. I remember it like it was yesterday. They was Mein Camping right along with them. Press one. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. Them Irish that came over with them Germans, they wasn't Irish and German yet. They was all one person. Edom. They was Edom. Press one. They didn't become Irish and German until they was incorporated in San Francisco. Press one. Kev Rowe. I love history class. Tell them, Taj, y'all didn't become nothing until y'all was birthed in the Golden City on the Golden Gate Bridge. Press one. The gateway in the Golden Gate. Press one. See, you done bucked up and made Taj's head explode. See? Damn. Look at all these people. All of them coming in by the boatload. That stuff ain't even real. Look, it was all fake. They had it blurry because it was all mechanics. Look, if you look closely, look at this idiot here. Look at him. That's not real. That's fake. Look at his arm move. What is that? Those are puppets. Look. Remember what was going on at the time. Remember. That's why in a lot of video games, they have put the 1920s as puppets. Because you don't know, a lot of what y'all watch are toys, puppets, not real, fake propaganda. This is when they start using robotics. Facts. Boy, they thought they was in the future. No, it's not. It's not layered. It's not layered. No. It's just what it is time lapsed. It's time lapsed in robotics. So when you're dealing with time lapses, it's time lapsed. I don't know if it's 1 second or whatever the time lapse time is. It's time lapse. So it may appear that this is old film because it's time lapse in the way that they're moving and the way they program everything in a top hat and all this other shit. But if you watch it and you know cinema and media, you'll know, like, wait a minute, those motherfuckers don't even look real. That's because they're not. That's why. Look at the Roosevelt character here. Slightly turns without even moving his leg and moves back and forth. This is doing his own thing here, like pictographs, like a back scenery. Look. Like it's just running, the same clip, running. And this is what the Jews used to specialize in, is running these pieces back in the day. Let's go. Just look at it. Look, see how his arms went up and came back in? It's all like that. Remember, Mr. Rogers, too, they had the whole puppet kingdom. Let's go. German mechanics. There you go, Mitchell. You feel me? This is all like, it's meant to look cringy to give it the, at this time, there is video. There is picture. But they don't want you to see this because this will be, look at it, you can tell. And people are actually down there in the audience looking. And all this is going on, it's not real. Let's go. It's like theater. It's theater. Look. Bruh. I got a production mind, bro. My mind operates. I talk different. It's as if you went to a screenplay, and this is where Abraham Lincoln got popped in the back. Press 1, and they had all of the history and all that. Press what? Kev Rowe, alternative media for the alternative mind. You feel me? Always inspiring us to think better and think more. We know the real. We know the history that was given to us, aka the real history. It's always cool to go out and think for yourself and think outside the box and do that with people who are paying attention. Now that's crazy. I showed y'all Fort George. They showing y'all the Indian mounds. Nah, bro. Dane Calloway is a part of that. He dead. He don't believe in Christ, God, the word of God, nothing. These people are dead. I don't even listen to them no more. They can't rise above what they've been talking about for the last 10 years. Every year y'all see us, it's like we've been walking together. Kev, we come on, we look at that information, we're like, oh, that's dope, that's good. Ran all the way through here from Sidnet Network to Dane Calloway, like, whoa. Oh, y'all tripping, but it's bigger than them. They all foreigners. You got to be a federalized foreigner to believe you live on the back of a turtle flying through the universe. I'd rather believe in God than, but you deny God to believe you only got 6 letters. You've been on earth this whole time. You only got 6 words in your language at the time of this. You can't own nothing. You's a wanderer. An Indian. Best one. Y'all gonna know what a wanderer is. Y'all gonna figure this stuff out. Hit that like button and subscribe. Press 1. Hit that like button. Now it's time for me to read. Because it is Sweeps Week, I just decided Kev is going somewhere. We're going to go on a trip to these sites. I always wanted to go here. Coffee and Kush TV, Kev Rowe University on the air. What up? Anybody there? Oh, wait. I got you down. Go ahead.
Hello?
You good. Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead, man. You
Hello?
better say something. Come on, hurry up.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What up?
Okay. Now, I just wanted to do a quick drive-by or train by. And from the information, I located where they operate the Monkey Mind Center, which would be the Smithsonian Institution. And looking at the logo, they have the sun logo. And let me go into the.
They run. You said you have a place where they operate the Monkey Mind Center. Go ahead, champ.
Yeah, well, I found it. Okay.
I mean, I always talk about the Smithsonian. I was just talking about that today.
Yeah,
but go ahead, champ.
No, I just mean from what you've been presenting to get an understanding of, to put a place where the monkey mind comes from and where they keep operating.
But that ain't what I'm talking about. I just played a great movie. I know where the monkey mind came from. We just got finished watching all of these notes. And what you got to say about that? Sir, go on and have a seat, man. Right now, you cutting into my time, nigga. Press 1. No. Hour. Press 1. Huh? Let me tell you where the monkey mind. I know what I'm saying here. I don't need you to regurgitate what I'm telling my audience. You ain't teaching here. You bring me them notes and them homework. Because that's a problem. Huh? Anything I want, huh? Kev, let me hang around you for a bit, huh? We not doing it, huh? Nothing. I don't give a damn about that. Monkey mind right now. I'm talking about this. Rico, what up, champ?
Man, what's the dang deal, Professor? How you doing, King?
I'm
You
doing
doing what needs to
great.
be done. I appreciate you.
Thank you, King.
Man, you on fire right now. You on fire right now.
I knew you was out in the world flipping out over this shit. What's up with you, man?
You know you had lost me just for a little second. I was telling somebody last night, I said, well, my man say he gonna jump. Y'all be prepared because my man gonna jump, man. So I appreciate all the ones that is keeping up and helping people that is trying to understand whether we in the bungalows or we're just trying to figure out. You are raising up people, and I appreciate you, Professor, that you're raising people up and you're inspiring the ones to be able to speak. I appreciate Ms. Deb because you inspiring us to speak, Ms. Deb, and I appreciate all the ones that you got, Professor. But I want to call in and focus right on the main topic. What I want to do real quick is I'm trying to tie in. Of course, y'all have already been doing it, but I just want to bring it in, like how you say, speaking my own way and be able to present to the class what I've been studying, my little homework. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie in how J.P. Morgan, Samuel P. Chase, and the Russians and the French and the people who would be Esau, Japheth, the fair skin, and Ham, who were fair skin, and they dark skinned brothers all coming together as you was just leading up and showing with that St. Louis video.
Yes.
And I just understood it just the past few days a little better, but how they took us on. I'm gonna read a definition too. I'm gonna read the definition of Negro and a definition of mulatto, and that's gonna be able to. What you've been doing for me is help me coming out every time I see slave. I automatically kind of think not just our slave narrative, but dang, what a guy called in yesterday. He was like, "Hey, I'm trying to see where we was in that narrative leading from the 1800s up until the 1920s and 30s."
Yes,
so I see really what they did was they used Mr. who I just said, Mr. The black Jamaican, the black Haitian, Mr. Not Marcus Garvey, the one, Frederick Douglass. Mr. Frederick Douglass, a little bit before him, but mainly him coming up in the 1800s, he was coinciding with J.P. Morgan, Samuel P. Chase, a lot of abolitionist movements. And abolition really means not to flee slavery as in like the slavery that they make us think of, but the indentured servitude that King George brought to the royal colony.
Yes.
And so now I'm realizing.
And you know, indentured work means you got to work for it everybody got to work to make the dream work.
Come on now.
Yeah. You got to work.
Got to do some work.
You got to. It's
if you don't do that, let's have an item mind. We know what an item mind brings, you know.
You start plotting and thinking of doing bad things, B.
Man, I don't want to do no more bad things.
I don't want to do no more bad things where the devil reign over us, bro. I'm tired of doing bad things and hanging with niggas who do bad things when they're idle-minded. Go ahead, King.
I'm gonna start off right here with this little excerpt. It's gonna be a lady who's writing the book. It hasn't been published yet, but I know it's gonna be a great book to add to the work that we're doing. But this is gonna tie in what you're saying. So once the first king of Great Britain and of Israel gave the first charters for America and the charters for Jamaica and things of this nature, which would probably been like the 1600s, 1500s. I do got some notes on that, but we just go speed it up to say those royal charters. So just even how you showed the George Fort, how could y'all people from the French or the Spanish say that y'all was owning any land when it was owned from King George, from the king and of God from the beginning? You know, our forefathers. So I
just busted them right now with them fake ass mounds with the King George. They just tried to steal the whole.
That's what I said. That's why I said, man, come on now. Yeah, you talking about y'all gave the Louisiana Purchase. That didn't happen until after the takeover, because what I'm going to read in a few seconds is going to show that when they was trying to start insurrections in the 40s and the 30s, after the king passed away and they, put them in the mental asylum, they were still having trouble to be able to get the insurrections going all over the United States. It started off, I believe, like you said, in the north, and they was able to get over in the North New York area, get that taken over, and then they moved to the south and out to the west. And it took time for them to be able to complete this. But I just want to kind of bring my homework in and say this. So the idea, the book is called, hold on one second, The Queen's, hold on one second. I'm going to bring the name of the book in just a second. But the idea for this book is a project emerged while I was writing my first book, which traced the development of slave society, indentured servitude in colonial Jamaica from the mid-17th century to the eve of emancipation. While I was working on that book, I found correspondence with the Crown of Jamaica Assembly marked private and confidential. So this is coming from our king to the Jamaican Crown to let them know what's going on. The letters detail the monarchy's instructions to colonial administrators to attempt to suppress potential insurrections on the island by appealing to the free people of multiple ancestries, referred to then as people of color. And so I want to touch on just on the administrative word real quick. and just what we was bringing up in that paper, not the paper, which we just showed for the Freedman's Bureau, and how they said if you support the people who we would have been administrators at the time because
Yes.
we're in government. They might have had a president who might have been represented for them, but we were the people, and that's why
right.
even now in
Of the
2023,
land.
we see
So
that
official government, when they had protections under constitutional authority, which was allotted them, it's like an immigrant having rights. You can't deny immigrant
Yes,
freedom.
sir.
Yeah, rights, most rights, because that's what it is, and we are that's lawful. So nigga ain't saying that.
Yes, sir.
What I'm saying is there is levels to law. Go ahead, King.
Yes, sir. And so saying that is to say that I'm gonna bring in right here. Well, again, once they start having the insurrections and they were trying to be cooled down, I lost it, but I had it to where they were showing specific times from leading up until about 1820, 18. Matter of fact, let me say this: the insurrections was going on from however long they took place all the way up until emancipation. So we'll leave it at that. They said the Jamaican insurrection stopped at the end of emancipation. So we know by that time, all people were coming together to be able to come under that freedom of indentured servitude. It wasn't for the American Negro because we're not the Negro, and I'm going to read this right now. So the definition of Negro in the 1828 dictionary, let me read that real quick. 1 second. Negro 1828 dictionary. And the reason why I focused in on this because as I was looking at the Freedman's Bureau, I'm like, and I started breaking it down that these people, once they took over with their brother, you know, and they took over the people, the Victorians, they were looking for their 40 acres and a mule. We want our reparations now. We want what was due to us for us participating in this grand scheme.
Right.
And so a Negro, a native descent of the black race of men in Africa. The word is never applied to the tawny of olive-colored inhabitants of the northern coast of Africa, but to the more southern race of men who are quite black. So that helped me understand that Negro is different from being an American, which is a copper color, or a Virginian or a Victorian. And even as we call ourselves, I know we're trying to do better with the terms, but even when I understand the term African American, it is putting us in this state of how they made us all come up under the liberation of we needed liberty for all, you know. And so the Negro, and I'm going to touch in on mulatto. Mulatto pretty much has the same definition. I'm just kind of running off my head, but it's just to say that someone who was born, again, of a, let me just going to get to it. Because they got us with the terminology to where they're making us think that, you know, we are these different people. A person that is the offspring of a negress by a white man or of a white woman by a Negro. So again, a mulatto would still be an African. So again, they like you just was calling out Dan Calloway, all these little Indian narratives and narratives of us being the old Moors and these things that they've already been classified in this great law book. I mean, not definition book that was brought to us. And I appreciate you telling us to get these books, Kel, because without these books, these law books and certain stuff, I would definitely be lost. So while we put that together, now we can understand that Marcus Garvey, Frederick Douglass, a lot of these people, when we talk about Tamika Mallory, as you said, these people were mulattoes, Africans, Negroes. So a lot of times what we see in the terminology as we're looking back in history, they were only talking about themselves and excluding the Virginian or the Victorian, you know. So that's why as I try to look through stuff, I'm like, well, dang, what are we specifically for? I see Frederick Douglass at this convention in 1860. He's talking about trying to free the people, but who is he really trying to free? But now I really understand he was freeing his Jamaican, Caribbean, French, you know, whoever came over to work under King George and say we want to coup d'etat the nation. That's what we fit to do right here. So I'm going to read this real quick right here from Mr. Frederick Douglass and his, and I'm going to read his name. His name was Mr. William Garrison. And these guys created hold on 1 second. And this is in the early 1800s. The American Anti-Slavery Society. And they have the Liberty Bell as their main logo. And they also liberty, equality, and fraternity. So this is what at a convention that they had in New York. And the guy who I just spoke, Mr. William Garrison, or was Garrett Smith, they're all, what's the word I'm looking for? Liberators right now. They opened up liberation papers. So right now at this time in 1852, Frederick Douglass has a paper called the North Star. And this paper is riling up the nation and letting them know and giving them the heads up that, hey, by any means necessary, we need to be ready to cause an insurrection. And I'm going to tie that in with Karl Marx because he's saying the same thing pretty much as well when we look at Marcus Garvey and we talk about Miss Margaret Sanger.
I got you. I've been through that. Where is the
Yeah,
St.
you
Louis
did.
World Fairs?
Yes,
Where's
sir.
all that?
And that's why my fault. And that's why I'm bringing
This
it
is
up.
what I'm bringing up in my class. That's what I'm
it.
talking about. I just played a whole movie.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm touching right on to the. Oh, my bad for something I trying to go. Now I'm saying I just want to touch up to lead up right into how like what y'all was exposing that we didn't lose the war or the war that really took place in 1898. Like you said, they had many insurrections coming up.
Sir,
That was
come back. Sir, I'm talking about the Gillespie shit. Y'all gotta stay on fucking what you call that? On time. I don't have no idea what the shit you're talking about, sir. I'm talking about this, bro. I don't know yesterday's work, tomorrow's thought process. Only thing I know is I'm flashing these black Victorians, and you talking about something else, bro. So y'all fucking me up, and so y'all gotta go. Y'all haven't enough time to keep up, bro. Bro. Brothers one, y'all see the Star of David on her clothes? The scepter in her hand. What does she got? A holy Bible in her hand. Press 1. Y'all just great at repeating my information. B, and my students right now, they're doing the work. Y'all tripping. Y'all confusing me. Press 1. Y'all confusing me with my old work. That's not my bars. Press 1. Call me Kush T. Cabro University. Thomas, talk to me, King.
I heard you ask a question just now. I thought the answer was 1876, the Valley Ledger World's Fair.
What I asked?
I kind of heard you, but then it's like the phone broke up. But it was just before Rico got off the phone, and
no, I just said tell me about
the
World Fairs and what we're discussing about the Verdun battle with right here in Illinois in 1898, another coup d'etat of Gillespie, Illinois.
So on the 1876 World Fair, it's titled the Ledger in the Valley. So it also talks about how it was a weekend event and it was a takeover. So I imagine with the 1,000 years added in, that was the first World Fair, and I believe it was in Philadelphia.
So this was what you're saying is what? Help me understand.
All right, so we know the Victorians got slaughtered.
Yes.
And it it's premeditated. So the next thing they did was take the name. So I see that as being one of the first, basically the process of them slaughtering, then them taking the names and changing the laws, not just the law. But that's all I had. I'm gonna go to the back of the class.
My man, thank you very much for the call. My man. So let's get to it. I got about a few minutes left, about 30 minutes left on the show. And I don't want to move away from the topic of the show, which y'all would do. Y'all would go on and start thinking y'all finna take the show into wherever dream world you thought. Press 1, but I ain't going. I've done that for too long and looked up at our still talking about. Let's go to the official, because we got blast furnaces. I actually got students. Hold up. I actually got students that are doing the work that produces these shows. Thank y'all for sticking around. I actually got students that's doing the work and actually producing and getting used to the format of being on my Patreon and my Discord, getting at me one-on-one. You feel me? And like really utilizing all this stuff. So you know, if you want to take part and stay on topic, that's cool. You have to do that. Don't try to. I'm not going nowhere else. When we talking about those things, it'll be your time to call in and take part. But when I'm talking about something specific, it's because I've already did the work yesterday, last night, this one and that one. So taking me and trying to verify what I said, or don't even do it. This is a curriculum, Cavro University, not Cavro. Let me thank you. This one and that. Hell no. Follow instruction. The gun battle in Verdun, Illinois, Gillespie Town, 1898. Coups, the Taz, going all over America. And that's what we must pay attention to, because it's the same sequence as an invasion. Pay attention. This is a white man. This is an old white man. Confederate, for sure. Who's going to tell you all about it.
They have another store at 427 East Washington Street, Springfield, Illinois. Alexander tells the story of the 1898 battle at Verdun and the connection to Mother Jones. Check out booksonthesquare.com.
My name is John Alexander. I'm a longtime resident of Verdun, Illinois. My dad had a shoe store in this building we're standing in. It opened in 1948, and that was the year I entered the first grade here in Verdun. And I graduated from high school here in 1960. Did my college work up at Monmouth College for a bachelor's, and went to graduate school over at the University of Illinois at Champaign. Long time ago, I got interested in Verdun history. I remember well the Verdun Centennial of 1952, and a big community play production was done out on the high school football field. And one of the events of Verdun history highlighted in that community play was the Verdun mine riot of 1898, and that sparked my interest in knowing more about the so-called mine riot. And I spent a lifetime learning about it, reading about it, and I've accumulated all kinds of information, and I'm glad to share some of that with you folks here today. I will say at the get-go, Mother Jones is of great interest. She was not at the Verdun mine battle, but in spirit I believe she was, and I think there were a lot of people inspired by Mother Jones who made this beautiful monument we have here in Verdun possible. But first, on the first thing I learned about the mine riot, I learned there were a lot of mistakes and myths surrounding the mine battle. If you can imagine growing up in a little town in central Illinois, you can imagine how stories would get stretched and changed over some 50 and now 100 or more years. And the first thing I learned was that the riot was not really a riot. It was more of a battle. I'm of the opinion that riots are unplanned events, spontaneous events, maybe unexpected events. You don't plan a riot. Riots just kind of pop up and occur. Being a sports fan, I can often think of near riots or read about them at soccer games in Europe, or maybe at football games in Illinois high schools. A riot may occur, but this mine riot was not a riot, as we'll see, and I learned it was a battle. Okay, let's start at the beginning though. What was it about? Why did it occur? Well, it stems out of or grows out of the great coal strike of the late 1890s. Remember that the UMWA traces back to about 1892, 93, and they were a very young organization at the time of the mine battle. As is the case in so many things, the issues between labor and management might be thought to be one thing or another, but generally I've learned it's about money. And if you don't think it was about money, just look a little harder. And I'm going to use a cheat sheet here, but in 1883 miners were paid 80 cents for bringing to the surface about 300 feet up from the seam here below us in Verdon, which is about 7 feet thick. They were paid 80 cents a ton. By 1897, their pay had dropped from 80 cents a ton down to 50 cents a ton. And in 1898, on the eve of the Verdon mine battle, the Chicago Verdon Coal Company was paying just a little over 30 cents a ton. So imagine your wages being cut by almost 250%. It just boggles my mind. You know, I told a group of school teachers once who averaged $50,000 a year in pay, let's say, as a group. Imagine if your pay was cut from $50,000 in 14 years down to $17,000. Do you think you might be madder than hell, maybe? It's just unbelievable that coal miners were getting hit that hard. Remember, too, they had deplorable working conditions, and each year Illinois was losing about 80 to 100 coal miners killed at work. Killed by rock falls was probably the major cause of death. So by 1897, the UMWA, a new union on the national scene, took it upon themselves to...
Did you hear what he said? He said probably by rockfall.
Each year, Illinois was losing about 80 to 100 coal miners killed at work. Killed by rock falls was probably the major cause of death. So by 1897, the UMWA, a new union on the national scene, took it upon themselves to try to get the miners' pay bumped back up, if not to 80 cents, at least to maybe 50 cents, which they asked for, as well as an 8-hour day. Now, eventually they settled on, in January of 1898, and effective April 1, 1898, they won the 8-hour day issue. So people looking back at this mine strike, a national strike in the 1890s, generally think, oh, that's the year we got the 8-hour day. And that was all well and good, but I think people are overlooking the hourly, not the hourly wage, the wage per ton. In 1898, at the time of this great coal strike, there were 800 coal mines in Illinois. So in a county like Macoupin County, our average, countywide average in Illinois would be about 8 mines per county. There were more than that in Macoupin County, I can tell you that. There were 3 in Verdon, several in Gillespie, Mount Olive, scattered all over the county, Carlinville, Girard. The result of the national strike in 1898 was 776 of these 800 coal mines in Illinois.
Write that down.
Accepted a new wage per ton that raised their pay from a little over 30 cents per ton to a flat 40 cents per ton. 24 mines, in other words, in Illinois, did not become a party to this agreement. One of those 24 was the Chicago Verdon Coal Company here in this town, which in 1897 had produced more tons of coal than any other mine in Illinois. So this was a big one. Here you had the largest coal mine in the state saying, you guys may pay these fellows 40 cents a ton, but we're staying at 32. So they had on April 1st, when nearly every other mine in Illinois went back to work, they began a lockout here in Verdon of the coal miners. The coal miners were ready to go back to work for 40 cents a ton, but the company would not become a party to the agreement and locked them out. Now, a lot of people say it was the miners were on strike. Well, that's true in part. They were on strike until April 1st. But after April 1st, they were ready and willing to go back to work, wanted to go back to work. Their families were in great pain because they had been out of work so long. But the coal company decided, you may want to come back to work. You may be willing, but we're not. We're locking the gates. And that's what they did. The second little myth I learned then was that the miners were not on strike at the time of the mine battle. They were locked out. And I think that's important to understand. And a lot of people get that wrong, including the Union historians on this little battle. From April 1st to October 12th, the day of the battle, tensions mounted and both sides prepared for the worst. The mine attempted to convince the governor that the National Guard should be used to help import scab replacements.
Oh my goodness. Did this white man just call them scabs? Press 1. I see y'all didn't watch that movie I posted, gave to the students yesterday. Then you will know what a scab is. Press 1. Man, looking for them scab replacement. The federal government, please come on. Now you got the National Guard, foreign nation being used against real citizens in association with mobs, mob rule. Just look, listen what he's saying.
For the locked out miners, the governor at the time, John Tanner, who was from Southern Illinois and a Republican, reacted in a very unrepublican way. He sided with the miners. He said, well, I'm not going to be party to bringing in coal miners from out of state to take the jobs of Illinois miners. And that basically set the company off in the direction that, well, we'll have to fend for ourselves. We'll hire armed guards. And that they did from the Thiel, or Thiel, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, Thiel, detective agency in St. Louis.
Uh-oh.
So
Pinkertons.
The manager of the coal mine, a fellow by the name of Lukens, who's kind of the villain in the story for me, set out to hire armed guards and cops and soldiers returning from the war in Cuba. Remember, this was the time, almost simultaneously, the time of Teddy Roosevelt.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See? And when you talk about Cuba, now you're talking about what? Tell me, somebody out there, tell me something good. See, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all gave up. Y'all stopped researching. Press 1. So Kev got to go to the books. See, y'all afraid to go there because this is where I'm stopping right here. The rest is for the class only. You feel me? You gotta do your research. But I'm gonna leave this right here. What was going on in Cuba? What happened? Kev Rowe goes back to the genocided people who went off fighting in the Spanish War. Your firstborns. What'd that say right there? What'd that say in the back? What'd that say? The motherfucking Guantanamo, Cuba, right here. Look what's there. Oh, who returning from? Them right there. I told you, the Skull and Bones Lodge is the biggest secret ever. Nobody wants to tell you that your people went out in flames. Nobody wants to tell you. These are the same bones that's at the Vatican that everybody's disrespecting. These are all your people. Gone. This is the Holocaust. They try to put it off on Adolf Hitler. This is the Holocaust. This is a Holocaust. You don't get it. They went to the where? To the islands, bro. J.P. Morgan and them, these people were excavating you right the fuck up out of here. Marcus Garvey, the French. They wanted what your people had. Okay? This is why I'm not playing. This is why I wake up every day. Is because, no, you worried about experiments. I said slaughter. I'm not talking about no experiments. I'm talking, that's other stuff. I'm talking about the complete genocide, the shootings, the mass trains, the gassing, all of that going on. I'm talking about that. You don't get this from experiments. You get this from mass genocide. You get this from Death Square. You get this from the Holocaust, the Negro Project. You get this from people going in and never coming out. And years of that continuously. You may be dealing with people who thought they was going to go fight a war and never made it. It's the reason why old boy brought up St. Louis and the Gateway, Route 66, and all the way to California. We're dealing with the the end of the route. Very important. You know, I do this. Ain't nobody else even gonna question Skull and Bones. They afraid of what Skull and Bones will do to their ass if they don't be quiet. But Mr. Gillespie, me, I got a reason for bringing up Skulls and Bones. See, it's the same army that came right back over here and took over the Gillespie towns and the many other nations, towns and places that was here. So it's a duty for me to fight. It's my duty. I got to. I owe it to the hellfighters, the forefathers who never returned home. I owe it to them. Death Square. You don't see that square? They're in the middle of a square. Y'all religions is going around circling Death Square. What do you think the souls of Satan is? That's Saturn right there. They standing in the middle. No, you don't understand. This is Satan. That's Death Square. Look. If you see, that's a double square. You know, the Muslims worship what? They go to where? That's what that is in real life. You set the stone right there, the black stone, the black sun, right there. The sacrifice first, one sacrifice to who? The Bible calls Satan. Saturn worship right down here. The same hexagram, the same square, the same sacrifice. It's the original ones whose lives were given and sacrificed that everybody else may live in their name. Kind of like how they believe in Jesus. It's necromancy. Thank you. Demonology. Look, they had you thinking this was Mexican attire back in the day. All nations have conspired to genocide you out of existence. So in that movie, the Django, when that dude crushed that black head, Geronimo's head, it was purposeful. It was for you. Look. That's who came back and helped slaughter more black people. And who else? These are the Pinkertons. These are the same nations that's in that's with the same belief system. Skulls and Bones. Piracy. When you go to jail, you see the pirate, you see the police with the same tattoos. You see the white supremacists with the same because they're all bound by this one thing. You see, the big secret is the African American genocide, the destruction, the ads that went out. Come on to work. You never made it out the refinery. You never made it out the mine. Large burial plots, never make it in, never made it out. Went to the world fairs, never made it out. And that's what we're proving here. This ain't one body, 100, 100,000, 300. These are millions of people. These are millions of bones. This is a whole nation being holocausted out of existence. And y'all talking about Israel. But the real Israel, see, y'all don't even know why you deserve what you deserve. You're not going to get nothing until you observe and look at what you've done and look what you a part of. Don't try to be a Hebrew Israelite and try to get in by way of a cloak. No. You a part of the Confederacy that helped bring down the Victorians and their children and stole their birthright. And you all are guilty of it. I don't know why y'all worship God, because God gonna kick your ass when your head gonna pop. Oh, you think the black people head gonna pop when they figure out all their favorite stars and leaders are homosexual traitors to the nation? You gonna hate that. But you got this on your hand. Your American history ain't nothing but a cover-up of black Negro genocide and the black Holocaust that we've already proven, and that Yale University just said, you know what? Now we have to tell them the truth. Ain't no other people out here talking about no African American Holocaust. They either try to get $1 off your name or they ain't bringing up the truth. You ain't no African. In these times, they talking about 18 and 16 and 1700s and 1850s. You was dressed up. You was dressed up a bit more dressed up than these people. You had more than them. So don't let nobody tell you was a savage Indian, which is them nationalizing themselves on this land. Whew. Coffee and Kush TV. Coffee and Kush TV. Woo, we bright over here. Now, as I always say, it's Sweets Week. This is a FUBU. Press 1 for us, by us. And every day, I got to do this. These are my contribution. I got to give a shout out. But I got to do like the African commercials do us. If you feel inspired by my program, and this program and this knowledge has helped you out in any way, please contribute to my page. Kev gives my cash out. Patreon.com/ you too can help the dead people rise. Make the bones of the dead people rattle up. Bring Sarnetta out of death. Bring your black woman out of mitochondrial DNA. She can't get pregnant by herself. With your contribution, one contribution at a time, you too may help a monkey-minded democratic individual. You ain't even got to call. You don't got to hit the like button. But with your extra $20 on this program, you're going to help Sarnetta, Jabari. We could have helped Brother Polite, Young Pharaoh. All stop from being dead on this earth while they alive. Plus one. Help a democratic Negro. Inspire a democratic Negro monkey-minded individual. I wish I could shed some tears for y'all. But what? I love that shit. I love being goofy on this internet. Hit that like button and subscribe. I love you. I was just playing. You ain't got to contribute to Kev, bro. I really ain't got no tears in my eyes. That's just Kev. You feel me? Shout out to my man B. We gonna come back. Now it's time for Coffee and Kush TV. I hope you on my Patreon somewhere over there. I'm going over there right now to talk about this Tyrese and Samantha shit. This shit is hitting home. The little baby sex tape. Tony the Closer and his lying ass, his snitching self, and much, much more on the Urban Conservative Coffee and Kush TV program. I love y'all. See y'all in class tomorrow. And God is